This is the best water park I have ever been to. Atlantis Aqua Adventure is the signature attraction at the end of the Palm Jumeirah in Dubai. It's a part of the huge Atlantis resort that opened up in 2008, and they are known for being the world's largest water park, housing 105 individual slides. There are 3 massive towers, each holding various slides and attractions, so there truly is something for everyone. And that even includes the non-thrill seekers. Atlantis Aqua Adventure is a themed experience. They may not house any roller coasters, but it felt no different than being at a traditional theme park, which is why this was a must visit for me when I went to Dubai. And I'll be the first to admit, I am not a big water park person. The average run-of-the-mill water park doesn't really interest me. But when I was coming out here, I said I have to check this place out. And I am so glad I did, and I would recommend Atlantis Aqua Adventure to anyone. So let's dive into the park experience, talk about the various attractions, some tips, things I recommend, and then you can decide for yourself whether this is something you want to check out. Now, if you've never been to Dubai, the Palm Jumeirah is one of the biggest tourist attractions. It first opened up around 2006, with Atlantis making its debut just a few years later, and this was like the original theme park out here in Dubai. All these other places came much later. And I mean, this is a true resort. You're so far removed from the rest of the city, essentially on a man-made peninsula, and it's designed to be a multi-day destination. If you stay at the Atlantis Hotel, you get into Aqua Adventure for free. But obviously, anyone is encouraged to visit the water park. When we visited, we parked at the Nakheel Mall, used their free parking garage, and then took the monorail straight to the water park. This was the first monorail in the Middle East. Its starting point is the Gateway Towers, so you could even park there if you don't want to drive out onto the Palm at all. But should you just choose to park at the water park, you can, and then they'll have a shuttle that'll take you over to the main ticket area. And it's actually a very smart setup because in order to access the entryway for Aqua Adventure, you have to first walk through part of the Atlantis resort, going right by the Lost Chambers Aquarium. This is another huge attraction at Atlantis. A lot of people do one alongside the other. You can get a combo ticket because the aquarium is often open several hours after the water park closes, so you can immediately head there right after. We elected not to do Lost Chambers because we were heading to SeaWorld Abu Dhabi in just a couple days, and that was really where we were going to get our aquarium fix. But next time I'm in the area, I'd be down to check it out. When we arrived at the Aqua Adventure Gateway, it was definitely crowded. We got there right at park open, which is something I 100% recommend. This place is humongous. You'll want as much time as you can get, but it became pretty clear right away just how busy our day was going to be. So we got Aqua Express. That is the skip the line system to ensure you can do as much as possible. It definitely saved us a lot of time because we only had one day here. And frankly, a lot of people do 2 days, and I think that is a very good idea. If we didn't have Express, we would not have been able to do very many slides at all. I will emphasize though, we did go in February, which is peak season for Dubai. So depending on when you go, that might not always be the case. But one reason why it also might be good to do more than one day is if you choose to do one of their upcharge experiences, that will be a big time consumer. Because Atlantis is a full resort, they offer dolphin encounters, dolphin kayaking, dolphin paddleboarding, dolphin swimming, sea lion meet and greets, snorkeling, and a very cool underwater walk. We personally didn't participate in any of these, we just stuck to the slides, but I have done similar experiences at other locations such as the dolphin swim at SeaWorld San Antonio and the underwater walk at SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, both of which were fantastic. I highly recommend you book these on their website in advance before you go, and depending on when you visit, the prices will fluctuate. For instance, if you were to book a dolphin encounter in September, which includes your admission to Aqua Adventure, it is $200 US. But should you go during peak season, it is $270 US. So keep that in mind as you're planning your visit. Don't plan on entering Atlantis for under like $87 US. It'll probably end up being more like 100, but at least as of right now when this video is being made, they have a really cool online deal where if you buy a one-day ticket, you get your second day free. So if it's like $100 for one day, really what you're paying is $50 for 2 days. Suddenly, it's not that bad. Now, when we entered, we were given a wristband. We use that to scan in for everything. That includes the lockers so you can put your stuff away while you go to do the slides. There's multiple changing room locations. And since this is the Middle East, I have seen some comments and concerns about like, hey, what kind of swimsuits am I allowed to wear here? And I would just say, because this is a big international destination, we saw just about every type of swimsuit you can imagine. One pieces, two pieces, Speedos, people who are mostly covered. All of it was fine. Just wear what you are comfortable with. So let's highlight some specific attractions, starting with the Neptune Tower. This was stop number 1 for us because they are home to the water park's most famous attraction, the Leap of Faith. It is a very steep body slide that sends you through a huge aquarium, totally spooky, really fast, one of the longest lines of the park. In the same tower is Shark Attack. This slide was really cool because it sends you through the same tank, but instead you're in a tube slowly rolling through it. So you get a little bit more time surrounded by those animals because you do not really get to see anything when you are on the Leap of Faith. And you can find multiple water coasters at Atlantis Aqua Adventure, and that includes one at Neptune Tower. And this is actually where we meet one of Atlantis Aqua Adventure's signature traits that I have not been able to find at any other water park I personally have visited. And that is the concept of dropping off riders from one attraction straight into the lazy river. You go through these exciting ups and downs, getting airtime, and then you shoot off into the lazy river where you can continue adventure around the park, just gently floating along. And that is a brilliant concept. It's a great way for you to experience the lazy river, as well as see different sides of the park, and it doesn't truly feel like that slide is over. Like, some of these water coasters might not be super long experiences, but when you're then immediately dropped off into something that you can relax or stick around for a bit longer when things get actually a bit more exciting, and that lazy river turns into an adventure river. Now you have actual rapids, and there's a full traditional like conveyor belt lift because you start slowly going downhill. It is a brilliant design and one of the best attributes of Atlantis Aqua Adventure. Nearby is Poseidon Tower. There you can find a capsule slide called Poseidon's Revenge. That is a drop slide known for having a quote-unquote loop. I've heard from some people that they like that more than Leap of Faith. This is actually one slide that I did not get to. Because we only had one day, we were able to do a bunch of slides, but we did not ride everything. We did get to experience some cool attractions such as Zoomerango and Aquaconda. These are huge raft slides with some really fun elements. And this whole tower also has a really impressive queue. They theme up this experience and it is just beautiful. This whole park is stunning. Now, when you get to the last tower, I will say the theming is a bit lighter. This is Trident Tower. They have the most slides of the three, but it's a bit more of a minimalist design. So it's a give and take. One of my favorites here was Medusa's Lair. This is a set of dueling water coasters with these bowl elements, very similar to Cheetah Chase at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. You also have Odyssey Terror, which has this huge wave element. That's a lot of fun. And I love watching as each of these riders shoot out of these attractions because they've themed up the exit for these slides with various characters such as Medusa. And that was really cool. A few other notable attractions aside from the kiddie splash pools and play structures. They have these cliff jumps where you can jump straight into the water. I completely missed these, didn't even know they existed, but that sounds like a lot of fun. And there's also a wave rider here, which is included with your admission ticket, which is a little rare. Usually these are upcharge attractions. And if you want to take a break from splashing around, you can find different game setups such as ping pong, and I think that is just awesome. Again, really leaning into the resort side of things because as if the water park was not enough, there's also a full-scale beach right up against the pathways. Gives you an amazing view of Dubai. You can see the Palm Jumeirah, the Burj Al Arab, really cool stuff, and is all just so well landscaped. So in conclusion, Atlantis Aqua Adventure is an incredibly clever, well thought out theme park resort experience. You feel like an honored guest being there. They have spared no expense. It is scenic around every corner. The staff are amazing. They want to help you. If you want to get from one end to another, there are golf carts constantly driving down the pathway. They'll pick you up and take you where you need to go. If the ground is too hot, they'll give you a foot pad so you can walk around without burning your feet. And the food was pretty good too. We checked out a place called Barracuda's, got some fried chicken and a burger. Really enjoyed it. It didn't take long of us being in Aqua Adventure to realize what a flawless experience the people here have come up with. Any criticisms I have are extremely minimal. I cannot recommend this place enough, and that means a lot coming from me because, again, I am not a water park enthusiast. But Aqua Adventure is different. So let me know down in the comments below if you've had the opportunity to visit, if you agree with the points that I brought up, if you think there's anything I missed, be sure to post that down below. And if you're new to the channel, I recommend you check out the Park Reviews playlist. We have amusement park reviews from places all across the world. Please go check that out, and of course, stay tuned for more here at Coaster Studios, and I'll see you next time.